They are ageless and
Hey.
timeless. Welcome back to the show. Daxx Nielsen, and for the first time, and I haven't seen him in a
Hey.
while, Rick Nielsen. Hello, guys.
I think I'm here too.
You're both there. Excellent. All right.
Great to see you. Great to see you.
You as well. Thanks. Yeah, I had Daxx on previously, and I appreciate you coming on and celebrating 100 shows with me. I'm going to see you guys. I've probably seen you guys 100 times. I'm going to see you guys this weekend with the Nielsen Trust. But I want to talk about that song, that riff, simple riff with a great beat behind it. That's the key to rock and roll, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that song is just so catchy, so you can't, it's one of those earworms, and you're still creating these after all this time. What's the secret? If there is one.
Yeah, we're looking for the secret.
Still searching for the secret is the circus.
Right.
Maybe searching for the secret is the secret. We notice in that clip from the Colbert Show that Tom is on a stool, and for people who don't know that he's had some health issues recently, but just wanted to catch up and find out how he was doing these days.
We think he's doing fine. Yeah, they're recuperating. Put it that way.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I think he put out a statement yesterday. It was elective surgery that they went in, and it was something that could affect him down the road. Since we had some time off, he had the surgery, and now he's just recovering. And getting back to the road is grueling enough when you're 100%. So I think he's going to wait until he feels just right, and we'll go out.
Absolutely. So, are there plans right now for Cheap Trick? Is there anything in the works, or is there stuff up on the website?
Yeah, we have a few dates. That we know about. That let's see, what do we got? 4th of July, we're playing in Rockford, Illinois. That's pretty exciting.
Good hometown
at a
show.
baseball stadium, and before that, we're down in Mexico too.
Okay, so no formal tour right now, but a couple dates to get warmed up. Obviously, the new record that's out now, "In Another World," which again, another. I talked to Daxx the last time. I thought "We're All Right," is easily up there with any of the classics, and here we go with "In Another World," which again stands up to any of the Cheap Trick classics. That's why I wonder about the secret. It's like the 70s never ended, and we're still playing this great rock and roll. The album leads off with the track "The Summer Looks Good on You," which I think came out either last summer or the summer before. And it really is. It really sets the tone for the album. Was that always the idea for that song to be on this record?
Well, I think we added it when we were getting to organizing the album. It had been out, but it had never been on a record before, or never been on an album. So it was a good way to hit it in the ass and get it going.
Yeah, Daxx, it really is a great summer song, and even this album, I said if this album was a season, it would be the summer.
Yeah, I always thought, like, you see all these Beatles tunes that were just B-sides, and they're like some of their best songs ever. Like, why wasn't that on an album? So I think we just decided, even though it was released prior, in the history of Cheap Trick, why not have that on the album? Because it's a good one.
Yeah, and the one thing in that song in particular that I love is that middle section is almost like a Dream Police-esque, where it's this beautiful musical jam that almost sort of goes off the rails. Was that a little bit of a nod to that time, or was that just what came up in the jam session?
A little of each. It's like we needed to kill some time in there, so it's like I had one guitar going up and one guitar going down, and then we added a couple more up and down, and there you go. I haven't timed it against Dream Police middles, so. I don't think there's any in Dream Police. That's 4/4 and 3/4 back and forth. So this is just a straight 4/4.
Okay, yeah, but it just to the untrained musical ear, yeah, it seems, and I love stuff like that where it seems like it goes a little off the rails, but it's controlled chaos, and I love that it was again that was a little nod to the past, but here we are in 2021, and Cheap Trick is still making great music, of course, with Daxx now in the band for I get over 10 years now, right, Daxx?
I think 11. Yeah.
Yeah. And now
Crazy.
we have another son in the band, or at least he has been previously, which is Robin's son.
Yeah, he's in there too. We're getting, yeah, Nielsen and Xander, or Xander and Nielsen, whatever order you want to put them in. It's we lucked out having kids that play it better than we do.
Well, I always, people always point to Daxx as Daxx is the guy that has encouraged the changing set lists over the years, which I'm crazy about. Like I'm the guy that goes on the website and looks and sees what you guys played where, because it's always a surprise when you play. So was that part of it where maybe Daxx said, hey, how come you guys haven't played this in a while, or how come you haven't played that?
We'll give Daxx all the credit. Who cares?
I think they probably just, you record an album and then you play one or two of the songs off that, and you don't think about it. You just go out and play, and then I think there's probably a ton of songs that they just haven't thought about in 10, 15 years that I liked. I just say, hey, you want to play that one? And of course, everybody's like, yeah, sure. That sounds. I forgot about that tune. Let's go learn it. And it was kind of fun, and it broke things up and made things fresh, for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, Rick, for you, I mean, that it's got to help at least keep a little danger in the game to not quite know. I don't know how this one's going to go down tonight, but it sounded pretty good in sound check, so we'll go out and we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, sometimes we don't even do the sound check. We just go out and live. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it goes over well, we meant to do that. If it doesn't go over so well, it's only 3 minutes long, so who cares?
Hey, that's the way rock and roll is supposed to be, just spontaneous and fun, and obviously, again, just Cheap Trick, one of the best live bands you're going to see, and it feels weird that we don't have a tour announced for this summer, unfortunately, and especially, I'm assuming when you do get back out on the road, you'll be playing. At least I hope, a handful of songs from the new record, because I think this stuff needs to be heard live for sure.
You betcha.
We played in Connecticut 2 nights ago, and we played three of the new songs, 3 songs off the new album.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and for people who are like me, who get into the minutia everything, there's a vinyl version of this that you can get. I did one of my comedy albums through experiencevinyl.com. I know you guys have a signed version of In Another World, also through them, which I'm getting my copy this weekend, which I'm excited about. So go pick up the vinyl version of this album, because again, not only do these songs deserve to be heard live, they just deserve to be heard in high fidelity, beautiful vinyl grooves. So I suggest people get it that way. And you get their autographs as well. There's the front cover right there. You have your trademark checkered flag logo, so as not to be confused with any other band. That is out right now, so go pick that up. Hey, Rick, over the years, I was always curious, man, because this has been your band from day one. Have you ever had offers over the years to that bands tried to lure you away, and you always hear these Kiss tried to get Eddie Van Halen and Michael Schenker and all these wild people. Do you ever have any experiences like that over the years?
Well, I get asked, I got asked to play on different records, but never to join the group, because I probably wouldn't have anyhow. But, I played on Motley Crue, I played on Aerosmith, I played on Kiss, I played on Gene Simmons, I played on John Lennon. Those are pretty good guys to be the sideman for. Right, but all the notes.
Yep, we had John on here before. But you were never tempted. No one made you an offer. You were kind of like, that might be kind of a good situation.
No, no, it's like I think they knew where my heart was. It's like
No.
I didn't want to jump into something that was a sure bet. I'd rather be on the edge all the time, like with Cheap Trick.
That's fun. That's interesting that you said that because, Tony Iommi was talking recently about, he was in Jethro Tull for a very short time, but he kind of said a similar thing, Rick, where he said, they were already an established band at that point, and I don't know. I just kind of felt like I'd rather go with the Sabbath guys and forge my own path.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be. I never wanted to be somebody else or try to copy somebody else. It was like I would have a hard time. Although Ian Anderson has called me a few times.
There. See, we're getting somewhere with this. All right.
No, actually, I saw those guys. Actually, when Mick Abrams was in the band, I saw them in London, and they were just changed their name from the navy blue or something blue like that. Before they were called Jethro Tull, I saw them at the Marquee Club.
Yeah, and then obviously they became Jethro Tull. And I said, maybe Tony Iommi should have joined Jethro Tull because at least he would have won a Grammy at some point, which is
heavy metal.
Yeah, for a heavy metal band, even though he was actually the creator of heavy metal, but somehow the Grammy eluded him with Black Sabbath. But I think he made the right choice. Hey, Daxx, for you, obviously, being Rick's son and growing up in the household, and I mean, could you have ever imagined that you would be in your dad's band at some point?
It never crossed my mind, honestly. I always had my own bands, same as him. I'd rather do it on my own. And I moved out to LA and became a hired gun for 5-6 years, but never ever thought that Cheap Trick's always been the four guys. Why would I ever even consider have been So no, it never crossed my mind, honestly. I'd filled in a few times here and there, but very temporarily, and it was just. One day I got the call to be there, and I've been there ever since. So who knows?
Yeah, it just kind of happened organically, which is really the best way. UltimateGuitar.com made a list of the top 10 weirdest custom-built guitars of all time. Obviously, to me, I would just be looking at 10 of your guitars, Rick.
Yeah, good idea.
But you, obviously you were on the list, but I think you, in my world, you'd be the whole list. But they picked the 5-neck Hamer, of course. Can we put that up on the screen? Yeah. So that's one of their top 10 weirdest custom-built guitars. And you still have and play this, right?
Oh yeah. I actually have three 5-necks. I have the orange one, I have the checkerboard one, and I have a Carina 5-neck.
And this is the guitar that everybody loves to take a photo with. It's the iconic guitar.
Yeah.
And then they complain that they're like, I got to take a picture with this guitar, and then they complain they have shoulder problems for the next 2 weeks. How have you been?
Yeah, that's
how
right.
have you been able to do this after all these years?
I don't know. I mean, I used to be 2 inches taller, but the thing is, it's weighs so much that it's stunted my growth a bit.
Yeah, you might have a career in the NBA if it wasn't for that guitar.
For sure. That's me.
And they say in the article, now I don't know if this is true or not, but they said pretty much at this point, what is it? That you don't even tune the 4th neck at all. The 4th neck's just for show.
No, the 5th neck is what they're talking about. That's the fretless one. But yes, I do, because if I break a string, I gotta go get to the next neck, and I always play at least 4 of the necks. Even if I'm just 1 chord or whatever. It is difficult to play, but it's my own fault.
Yeah, right. But you become so identified with it. I think people would be upset if they came to a show and they didn't see that. Daxx.
Well, yeah, a few shows it's not showed up, but we're trying to alleviate that.
Yeah. Daxx, you ever think like now, because Dad has this 5-neck Hamer. Do you ever think I got to come up with some kind of crazy drum 5, snare drum set?
Yeah, no, that's definitely his personality, not mine.
Right. And that's what it's all
Everybody always
about.
thinks people think Cheap Trick is checkerboard, but I think it's more of the Rick Nielsen thing.
Yeah. Where did that design? I've as long as I've been a fan of the band, where did that design come from, or was that just an accident?
Years ago, I tell people it's like when I was growing up that TV went off about 10 o'clock on Sunday night, and on all three stations that there were, and then we had those bug races, in the background, and I just liked because it was all black and white, and I just liked that, and it's like I'm just attracted to that, and one thing led to another, and I decided I liked that. It's like the Explorer body shape. It fit my personality, and checkerboard fit my personality.
It's funny how
my garage. I have 24 bottoms. I've been against the back wall and 18 heads, and they're Marshall. So it's checkerboard in my garage too. It's like I didn't do it on purpose to start with, but then before you knew it, it just like when I'm designing stuff, that's what it turns into, and so it's suited me well.
It's funny what sticks in this business because you do you have your amps in the checkerboard and obviously your guitar is that 5-neck, is that they say that's the top 10 weirdest. Do you have weirder guitars? Is there a 6-neck guitar in the works or?
Oh, that'd be stupid.
5 is okay. 6 is ridiculous.
5 is like that's normal. It's like yeah.
All right, so no 6-neck coming down the pike.
Well, I played one at the NAMM show. They were copying me, and it was like, come on, you guys, grow up.
And also speaking of the checkerboard pattern, because this almost made me go out and get one of these. Now there's a Cheap Trick firearm as well. Is that, or did I read that?
Oh no, that was custom made for me.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
It was actually it's a Cabot 1911, and it was actually the idea came from a fellow touring band, Pop Evil, and the bass player Matt Dorito actually is a gunsmith, and he wanted me to have one, and he built it for me, and it's beautiful. It's an heirloom. So when I pass on, Daxx and his brothers and his sister can all fight over it.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Matt, Matt's a friend of mine.
Matt Dorito?
Yeah, and he puts a lot of care and he loves designing and building these things, and obviously he did a phenomenal job on that. So that was just personal gift. Yeah.
It was. Yeah. He's a great guy.
He's a terrific guy. So for father and son being in the band together, for both of you, what's the best and the trickiest thing about being in the band with your father and or your son?
Well, he calls me Rick, so that's good enough.
That's true. I
think without sounding cliche, I think we've tried to make it a working relation. I am the hired, I'm the drummer in the band, not Rick's kid. We try to keep it that way as much as possible. That way it's, you're responsible for your own actions, and nothing is because, my daddy said so, again, you know what I mean? I got a spider crawling on me.
And the best thing?
I'd say that's, get to
hang out. Thing?
Yeah.
I didn't get to see my kids too much when they were all growing up, but now I can't get rid of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and let's talk about that because there's another musical son in the Nielsen family, which is Miles, and
we're actually playing with him tonight. We're in Nashville, and we're doing a show with it's called the Nielsen Trust, TNT.
Yeah, and
Miles, Daxx, and Kelly, Miles' wife, and two of her cousins, Adam and Dave Nielsen.
Okay, and yeah, I'm going to come to see the show on Saturday in Pennsylvania. It just moved to a new venue there because I'm playing out near there Friday night. I'm going to stay and come to this show with the Nielsen Trust. So what can I and the people that are coming expect? Are these original songs, or is this just a hodgepodge of a lot of stuff?
Hodgepodge of a lot of stuff, but a lot of the deep cuts of Cheap Trick, and along with some of the better known things, and also some songs that were written by Miles and Kelly, and it's just a lot of good music.
Cool, and I would assume also that the good thing about being in a band together is Father's Day is coming up, so you don't have to wait till Father's Day to do something with Dad because you're with Dad all the time, and but not only in Cheap Trick but in this band as well, and you get the whole family together in that band. So check out the Nielsen Trust dates as well as we again wait for more Cheap Trick dates to roll out. The new album's called In Another World. It's another fantastic album. Right up there with, it's hard to let go and go, In Color's my favorite, or the first album's my favorite. But these albums are modern classics in every sense of the word. So I just, for people who are resistant, who say they're Cheap Trick fans, I implore them, please listen to this record. I mean, they're America's sweetheart, for God's sakes. Make sure that you not only support the old music, but the new music as well.
Well, thanks, Don. We know you're a real fan because you've showed up at shows with Brian Ray and Corey Taylor and all kinds of different people on your days off. So that's pretty sweet.
And we all turn 13 again when we watch the great Cheap Trick play because the band is as great as it's ever been. Everybody's in top form. You got the fathers and sons now playing together. It's a great vibe. It really is the best party of the year. And hey, if you're in Chicago, you go get a slice of pie over at Peace, which is Rick's great pizza place over there. I put your son on the spot last time, asked him about the pizza, and he said without hesitation, "It's my dad's place is the greatest pizza in the world." So make sure you visit Peace when you're in Chicago for some Rick
Piece.
That's right, Piece. And if you don't, I'm coming after you with the checkerboard gun. So I will see you gents this weekend. Thanks for a couple minutes. It's my 100th show today, and I couldn't be more honored to have you guys on.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Don. That's great.
And I look forward to almost losing an eye by you flicking a pick at me, Rick. So I'll see you.
You'll lose another eye next time.
I'll see you on Saturday, guys.
Sounds good.
Bye,
Be well.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. There you go. 250.